Welcome to Kinetic News Daily. We are live, real, and delivering the unfiltered truth that the mainstream won't give to you. Wednesday, June 3rd. We're going to try to get you caught up to what we got hot off the wire here, and it's Donald Trump signing executive orders at the moment, and the machine is distracting everything, which is our mainstream media. We got Spencer Pratt is neck and neck with Karen Bass. So that's looking awful good for us here in California. Some change of some sort coming. That's absolutely what we need. And Steve is he's solidifying his position to be in the running. So let's move on to the stolen election mechanics since we're getting back into the midterm elections coming up and the fraud that goes with it. Now, we know the Trump administration has been doing what they can to pass laws and make things legal, more transparent. And we got people like John Thune, Senator John Thune, holding up the whole thing. He's the roadblock in the middle. I mean, he might as well just put on a blue jacket and call himself a Democrat because that's exactly what he's acting like. And there's people not going to like that. And I got to say, I really don't care. He's a traitor to the Republican Party, the people, and the people's wishes, and he's willfully standing in the way. So the coup of America, which actually started a long time ago, it didn't start yesterday. It was designed as a partisan plan. Both sides of the coin keep flipping it, as we just spoke about John Thune. Now, by manipulating the elections and the integrity thereof, changes the rules at will when they want to. And being they're pretty much got people on both sides of the party, it's like flipping a coin each time. That's why it seems like to everybody that nothing ever gets done because it doesn't. What you do today will be taken away tomorrow. It's a nice plan like that. And the only time anything works out together where they're working together, well, that's because it's against the American people. It's against you. It's against your future and your children's future. That's why they're both willfully going along with it. So, um, when you control the counting machines, you control the outcome. It isn't politics. It's a structural takeover. Is exactly what it is. So the border is a weapon, and it was used for one, as everybody knows, with election control compromise. The second phase of was triggered by opening the border policy, which isn't a failure of government oversight. It's a intentional open door design to invite mass uninvited or unvetted invasion straight to the heart of America. And that's exactly what the Democrat Party did. And that is the coup of America. And that is what the Democrat Party, they not only couped America with the stolen elections, the stolen election of 2020. By doing that, it opened the door for all of this that disastrously devastated the entire country. And it has, I'm going to say it, even though California is not destroyed and the good people of it, even though they're mostly Democrat, as crazy as that is, it's devastated, but it's not destroyed. It can be saved, but only if people work together. And that's doesn't seem to be possible these days. But anyway, looking at the raw numbers, we take an estimate of 8 to 10 million illegals in California, which I call Califradia because that's what it is. Everything in California is a fraud. The mass migration being weaponized permanently shifts the demographics of the political landscape all over the country. And that is exactly what it's designed to do. The Democrat Party could not get any more Americans to vote for them because the Americans woke up to their insanity. So, what they do is they open door policy, and then the people who actually want to come here, who couldn't easily get here before, now have the door open, and it's all so the Democrat Party can take over the population, and that by changing the demographics, not to mention all the illegals. The head count is what matters when it comes to the census. And if you got 8 or 10 million illegals in the state of California, well, those heads are counted and they need representatives. So that means the state of California, in my math, has minimum 8 too many congressional representatives, and I would say probably closer to 12. So, that's just me, but whatever. That's what it means. So, the ultimate payoff for the establishment, because of the census ruling, counting non citizens, Califradia gains about 12. And that's just unacceptable. It's a takeover, it's a coup of the country. It's just like the Rothschilds, as I said before. Give him all the money, he cares not who makes the laws. Well, of course not, because you got all the money, you're going to make all the laws. Give these criminal Democrats in California all these illegal heads to count, and you just add 12 more criminal Democrats stealing more taxpayer dollars, making terrible decisions for the American people because it's obvious Democrat Party does not care about America and they actually hate it. Anyway, if everyone has a voice, regardless of legality, then the legal citizen here in the United States have zero voice. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's not about this is fair, that's not fair. It's this is right and that's not, meaning that's wrong. And we're not going with that. So the national security collapse is what we're talking about. This isn't just a political crisis, it's an immediate national catastrophe. When government actively refuses to defend its own perimeter, increase to act sovereignty with our own nation, and begins operating as an occupying force, which is exactly what the Democrat Party does. They work totally against you. A country without borders isn't a country. The breakdown of perimeter and the breakdown of the republic is what it is. Now, the corporate news networks will look you dead in the eye and tell you the border is secure, gaslight you about the economy being awesome. When the public relations, the arms, the coup, paid to keep the public asleep. The dumbed down population is an easily controlled one. And so they just carve it up behind closed doors. Media's job is to manage the perception of what we think, see, believe. That's what the media does. You want the real data? Well, then you're going to have to find it online. So find somebody you trust. I hope it's us. We'll give you what we want, but there's some really, really good ones out there. Uh, If you want somebody right off the top of my head here, I've got a few, but the Hive Mind. You can find him on X. You can find him on YouTube. He puts it out in about 10, 12 minutes. He puts it out plain and simple. He's a good one. There's some good ones out there. You oughta you oughta check them out. So no more debates, no more hearings. It's time for raw, unfiltered accountability under the law, and we need people to be held accountable. We don't want to wait for Washington to save us or decouple anything or put everything on DJT because there's only so much he can do. And I'm not saying that everything is a perfect world, but we're going to have to look out for our own. You're going to have to pack some supplies. You're going to have to be ready for grid down. Prepare. It's common sense. It's not conspiratorial. It's common sense. And if you care about your family and your loved ones, well, then it shouldn't even be a question. So that's the hard data for today. You take it for what it's worth. We hope you like, subscribe, follow, share, uh, drop by one of the pay hit there and get yourself a book for a couple bucks. You'll find it informative, if not, hopefully entertaining. Then we hope to see you back tomorrow. So we are real, we are live, and now we are out. Hope to see you next time. Kinetic News Daily. We're out.